everybody. It's Tuesday night, last Tuesday night of 2025. If you're a new subscriber, normally this is a weekly homestead update and chat, but tonight we're going to do a year in review on the homestead. Now you'll notice there's no Angela here. That's my fault. She was kind enough to stop by Lowe's to pick something up so I can work tomorrow. I get part of the day by myself. I can turn the water off. I can start working on the plumbing to get it working right. And so she's going to be a little bit late. And like I said, that's my fault. All right. So let's get into chat and see who all is here. Oh, we got Lucy was first. Hello, Mr. G and Yoda. Yep, Yoda's not here right now, like I said. And then HG, not going to ask if it's cold up in Canada. Man, they're getting ready to get hit by another storm up there. It's not nearly as cold here as it has been, but it's still a little chilly. Jane Marie, Len, did you get the cards? And what did you think of them? We gave some to our son and daughter-in-law, and they were kind of excited. Half Bubble Off Plum, best name on the internet. Let's see here. Starla, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better. Gregory Kissel's in the house. Who else we got here? Paul, is it Paula Robinson? I don't have my glasses on, guys, so you have to excuse me. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. It was a good week around here. Now, before we get into that, before we start talking about any updates or anything, let's try to give Angela more time to get here. We'll know when she gets here because the dogs will start barking, because it's like mama's car is a brand new car every time, so they're probably going to start barking. You haven't been able to look at them because you've been busy. Yeah, it's been a busy week. Hey, before we go on, I want to tell you about some changes in the spread shop. I put a couple of new designs up there. Let me pull up that screen. Let's see here. Where is it? There. Is that? Yeah, that's it. Okay. So where is it? So you guys can see the screen. All right. First things first. The mom life. Can't believe nobody caught this. I was putting a couple other designs up today, and I noticed that was misspelled. Some things were misspelled. It had fueled by coffee, and chaos. So I fixed the graphic on that. So if you want to get mom something for Mother's Day, you've got that. All right. The next one we got is the permaculture enthusiast. I drink and grow things. I transferred that over from the Bonfire store. So if you want a t-shirt that's specifically for St. Patty's Day, I think I'm probably going to pull that down after St. Patty's Day and just save it for next year. The next one is the Never Alone design. If you're new and you don't know what that is, the Never Alone, that symbol, this one right here, is the Arab letter Nun, which stands for N. And Mama just got home. Anyway, hey, okay, girls, we know you guys are good at protecting the house. Okay, so whenever ISIS went into Iraq and Syria, they would identify the Christian houses. They'd put this letter N up on the door of the house, and that would signify that somebody was a Christian, a Nasrani, somebody that believes in the Nazarene. Well, long story short, the Arab Christians put Never Alone with it, so that way they always knew they were, as long as they were walking with God, they were never alone. So there's that behind those three designs. And then we've got the Liberty design and the Grumpy Acres design and the Keep Calm and Homestead On design. If you want to help the channel and look spiffy in the process, there's a way you can do it. There's a way you can do it. You can help by buying some merch and showing your beliefs. And here comes Mom. But hey, I went and started without you. I knew you were going to be late. I apologize. Did you have a rough day? She looks tired. Did they give you any hassle? Huh? Did they give you any hassle? No, they're really nice. Okay, good. I had her get some plumbing stuff. And I'll tell you that the getting the hot water heater in went up a level today, and I'll tell you why in a little bit after she gets her coat off and she gets settled in. But anyway, if you want to help the channel, you can do that, and you can also help the channel by going to the Grumpy Acres store on Amazon. And I'll go down. And I know I've showed you this, guys, before. It's just stuff that we use around here, or we wish we'd buy because we've seen other people using it. But it's just things that make life a little bit easier on the homestead. All right, let's remove that. Well, on to the updates. Update portion before we get into the year in review. Christmas was nice. It was the first time in about 5 years that we celebrated a proper Christmas here at the house, and it was nice. The kids, my son and his family came up, and we opened presents here. Skanes showed up. She was invited over. She was here and watched us do presents with the kids. We bought her a present. We got her a nice little teapot and trivet to go on top of her wood stove. It was nice for her. She was kind of missing home and missing being around her grandkids. So this was a nice way to make her included, make her feel a little bit less homesick. And then the Strongs came by and celebrated with us. Had some other people that were going to show up, but some people got sick and other people just didn't show up. But it was nice. It was really nice. The only complaint I would have is the kids had to work on Friday, so they were not able to spend the night, and they stayed too late, and the grandkids were getting grumpy, and then the fog rolled in, and it was thick on Christmas night. It was super, super thick, and they had a very long drive ahead of them, and we were really concerned about them. But they made it home okay. They got home so late they didn't let us know, so I had to ask them the next morning, and they said they were okay, but everybody was dog tired. We were too. My Christmas presents, what I got for Christmas, just so you guys know, I am not a big present getter. I do not like getting presents. I mean, I appreciate it. It's just I would rather get something that I know I'm going to get because I like practical things. And I just let it go this year, and I let people get me what they wanted. And the two things that stuck in my mind were, number one, Angela filled my stocking full of candy and peanut butter and crackers because I love those things, and beef sticks, like different flavored beef sticks. And she got me a really nice Crown Royal that has, let's see if I can find it. It's a really nice flask. It's a nice leather flask. This is one of the things I collect. I've got a rather small but impressive collection of flasks, but this is probably the nicest one. I don't know if that's real leather or not, but it just looks really, really good. And then Skanes, when she came over, she brought Angela and I presents, and the present that she gave me was a bottle of Buffalo Trace. Excellent bourbon. If you're not a whiskey drinker and you want to try whiskey, Buffalo Trace is a good place to start. There's less expensive ones, but for the price, I'm going to say Buffalo Trace is probably one of the top 4 or 5 out there as far as the price goes. I'd put Buffalo Trace, Four Roses single batch, Old Forester 100 proof. I like my JW Dant bottle and bond. It's less expensive than the other ones, and it's not quite in the same category as they are, but still, it's a good one. And then number 5, I've yet to find a good number 5. I mean, but those 4 that I mentioned are the ones that I'm all in whenever somebody has it and offers it. But anyway, I started thinking. They got me these presents. I asked them, I said, are you guys, I get the impression you guys want me to be fat and drunk all year long by the presents you got me. And they're like, no. It just happened that way. But, and then Angela got me something I have not used it. I have no idea when I'm going to use it. But when I use it, it's going to be used in conjunction with a good quality cigar. She bought me a whiskey smoking set. And if you don't know what that is, you take some wood, usually it's hickory or pecan or something very, very aromatic, and you light it on fire, and then you cause it to smolder and smoke. You put your whiskey glass in there, and you put a glass dome over it, and the smoke infuses the whiskey. Excellent way to drink whiskey. In fact, the Speakeasy in Lee Summit, Missouri, the W, they had a smoked whiskey drink that was wasn't that a local rye whiskey that they had, or a local bourbon?
They had all kinds.
But they would take a really, really good quality bourbon and put it in a glass, and they had smoked corn chips, like cob corn. They would make like a chip out of it, and they would garnish the drink with it, and they would smoke it. And oh my goodness, it was so good. Sounds like Isley predict the taste. I don't have my glasses on. You got your readers? No. You guys can read that. Like Logan Beelan? Okay. I promise I will get my eyes checked this year, and I will get glasses. You coming over? You could eat potato chips in front of everybody. Come on. Join us. There she is. There's the working girl. Slaving away. Now if only she'd make enough money that I could quit my job. She's got her chips, and she got her adult beverage. My beverage of choice tonight is water. Scanes shows up. We were just talking about you, Scanes. But anyway, so those are the presents, the really, really enjoyable presents I got. I haven't enjoyed them yet, but when I do, I will really enjoy them. So how was your day? Long? 8 hours? Longer than that?
Yeah.
But so what did you think of Christmas?
It was good. It was nice.
It was?
Yeah. I just didn't like the unwelcome visitor on Sunday.
Yeah, it's okay. That doesn't count for Christmas.
It was good.
Both her and I were not feeling well. It's the local prepper project, ALP. How's it going?
You didn't drop though until after church, which I thought was weird.
Well, I wasn't okay. Fast forward a couple of days, 3 days after Christmas. Got up. She said she was going to go to church, but I went in there. It was time to leave. She wasn't getting out of bed, and so I was like, okay, not a big deal. I went to church. Wasn't feeling too terribly bad, just tired like I normally am. Get home, and I went downhill quick, and I was not feeling well. I I ate lunch when I got home, and I tried to do some stuff outside. It was cold. And I had to take care of the animals, and came inside, and I literally spent all afternoon in the recliner, covered up with the blanket. And by 4 or 5, I literally threw the blanket up over my head and just laid there listening to the TV. And it was about 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I was like, okay, I gotta go to bed. I got up, and I ended up throwing up because I walked into the bedroom. I was like, oh, this isn't good. And I threw up. And it's just, I threw up twice in December. And what'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
But I threw up twice in December, which is 2 times more than I've thrown up in the last 5 or 6 years. So yeah, and it was so bad. I felt so bad on Sunday. I actually took ivermectin for fear that I was catching the flu or something. But I'll tell you what, once I upchucked, it was like the reset button, and I felt so much better. What's the matter?
I'm done eating.
Are you feeling better?
Better is relative term.
Yeah, you know what?
It's the different symptoms.
I'll tell you what. It's funny. We'll talk about better here in a little bit. I was just telling what went on during the week. We, knock on wood, all the babies are healthy with the animals. We haven't lost any chickens or any birds to predators recently. They stopped laying eggs again. We were getting about 2 eggs a day for a couple of weeks, but they stopped laying because it got cold, and it's been cloudy here too. We haven't got a lot of sunshine past couple of past.
There was sunshine today though.
Yeah, nice. It did. We didn't get any eggs. I checked.
Oh, it's still cold. Maybe tomorrow.
But the animals, they're doing good. The one thing I realized this week was that the warming box that I built for the babies is entirely too small.
Yes. Well, we also didn't expect this many babies either.
Well, we didn't expect this many babies. Plus,
we didn't expect it to be this cold.
Plus, the hole, I cut the hole big enough that the babies could get in and out of as they got bigger. The little pygmy females, the pygmy does, figured out that they can crawl into the warming hut now too.
Yeah. And
then we've got I gotta get videos of these animals for you. The little Holstein sheep that we got. Her and her mama they're both airheads. They'll stand out there. They'll literally lose each other out in the field, and stand there bawling at each other, looking at each other. And it's like, you come here. No, you come here. Well, the little one figured out she could crawl in the warming hut, which is nice. But she refuses to come out. Mama walks all around. I listened to her for half an hour yesterday as I was unloading grain from the truck, bawling for her. And baby girl was not having it. She was not leaving that warm little spot for anything.
She's like, forget you. I'll get milk later.
So I have to, when I'm out there, it usually gets really bad when I'm out there because Frances knows that I'll help her find the baby. And I have to literally pick the baby up and take her to mama so that mama can take care of her. Mm-hmm. And then the little tub baby, he's doing great. The last couple of nights have been in the low teens, and he's been doing awesome. Yep. He's doing great. The only thing we're having to do with them right now is I take a bottle out there once or twice a day, and I let them fill up on formula because mamas are old. They're not producing a lot of milk like they did when they were younger. Plus, it's been cold and the water's been freezing up, and they're not drinking as much water. Although today
I find it funny that it's turned into multiple babies needing supplemental milk.
Well, they're both the older ewes, mm-hmm. and they're both smaller than the other babies. Like physically, they're smaller, even though they're
just the breed.
Well,
in the age.
Well, they're growing. I mean, they're doing good. You know, we're not keeping them inside, so that's a big plus. Sucker,
because he's not just giving the babies the supplemented milk, but when the mamas want it and they feel like they need to go back to when they were a baby, they get it too.
Well, I squirt it in their mouths. I don't let them suckle.
But
I'm just doing it because it's funny. Yeah, we got a couple of them that they see that bottle, they're like, "Ooh, I want some."
I remember those days.
Then let's see, what else is going. The dogs. I took care of.
One of them's sick, by the way.
What do you mean?
I mean, one of them's sick.
Where?
There was a mess in the bathroom.
Like bottom?
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty bad.
Well, it's
somebody's sick.
Okay. Might have to dump all that meat. Either that or I gave them too much. I may have given them too much. I may have given them too much tonight because they got some this morning. Plus, I didn't get the scales out or anything.
Yeah. Gary is such a pushover.
Well, you know what? I like my animals.
No.
I like my animals more than I like people. Let's just be completely honest.
Oh my goodness.
But so that's it on the animal front. Infrastructure.
Okay.
Good news.
Okay.
Good news. The floor joists in the laundry room are in good shape.
Oh, so I figure that out.
I stepped in there and ended up with my leg up to the thigh through the floor. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I was going in to feed the cats, and I stepped over we got a gate up because the dogs like going in there, and I stepped over it, and instead of stepping on that board, I stepped right on outside of it.
We need to get the washer and dryer out of there.
That part of the floor is in good shape. It's just that little space right around where the water heater and the furnace are. But the floor, a good, on a serious note, I'm trying. Look, I was really kind of upset because I got home at 4:45.
How's the floor on their freeze dryer?
It's fine.
So how are you going to replace all that without getting all that stuff out of there?
Oh, I got to move it, but we don't have to move it right now.
How are you going to move it with the floors out?
I move it to one side. I tear the floor out and I redo it,
and then move it to
and I move everything to the other side and redo it that way. Redo it there
because the hot water heater won't be there.
Yeah, hot water heater won't be there. Okay. You know, I'm trying to paint this in a positive light. I'm trying not to be upset because I got home at 4:45, and between 4:45 and 5 o'clock, I stepped through the floor. You notice there's no dishes in the dish rack is because somehow it ended up upside down on the floor. So I had to wipe and wash everything and dry and put them away. So it's almost as though
I know what's going on. I'll explain it to you because I saw something yesterday with the cats. So I'll explain it to you.
Okay. But who's that? Chris. Oh, Thistle Creek. I'm South Dakota. I keep my coop around 42 degrees, no light. I get between 1 to 3 eggs every day. I have 15 hens. It just seems like warmth of the coop makes a difference.
It does.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have had 65-mile-an-hour winds, 2 feet of snow, and all that.
Well, we didn't get
and
that
we
much.
We didn't stack up the hay bales like we were going to. So
yeah. Well, to be fair, that first one caught us by surprise. We weren't expecting it that soon. I didn't have the money budgeted. You know, and we used to have a heat lamp at the old place. We kept the heat lamp on all winter long. We got eggs all year round. We decided.
We did not. You.
Okay, I decided that we were not going to put a light on. We weren't going to heat it. We were going to let it go natural and let them just let them deal with it. We usually in the wintertime, I put 2 or 3 bales of hay down on the floor so they can get down inside the hay if they want to. And then we've got a brooder built into the coop, and I open that door up. I put tar paper down, then I stack a couple of bales of hay on top of that so that they
stay warmer in the brooder.
Yeah, they can crawl into the brooder. Haven't done that this year because basically finance. I didn't budget it because I wasn't expecting it to get that cold this quick. And it's not supposed to be cold.
What are you talking about? Tart paper and plastic? We have all that out there.
No, the hay bales. Hay bales are $7 a pop now.
I know.
Those things are expensive now. And I remember in fact, I started complaining whenever they went to $2 a bale.
No, $3 is when you complained.
But so we'll get there. I'll get it going. I'll get it.
That wasn't even that long ago that they were $3 a bale.
6 years.
We were in Pleasant Hill. Yeah. I don't think it's even.
They were at 4. They were at 4 when Christy retired.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll get there, and then plus we don't have as many hens as we normally have.
It's just an unlucky year.
We'll just talk. We'll talk about that during the year in review.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix all that this year. I got to get my order in. He doesn't want me to order, but I'm gonna order.
We just haven't had.
I'm gonna just make sure that I get a straight run.
Haven't had good luck with the orders. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that one's not too bad. Cackle hatchery is not too bad.
If you get Bressies and Golden Comets, I'd be happy.
Well, I can get Bressies from Patty. The only thing is, I don't know if I'm going to have roosters or females.
I like the Bressies because they're black.
Not all of them are black. They're white.
Get the black ones. The black ones survive. An egg.
You can't just pick and choose. You get what you get. Like, see what I'm saying? See what I deal with? I'm just going to order. And I think I'm going to order either Jersey Giants or what's the other one? Brahma Giants. I'm going to get into those. And,
I like the Comets, though, because they.
I think the Brahmas will protect the other ones out there.
You think so?
The Giants, yeah. They're 3 feet. They're almost bigger than the turkeys. Have you ever seen those?
No, it's a scary thing. Scary chicken, then.
I'm supposed to have a good temperament.
We got some big fat turkeys, though. They're not as big as maybe they're as big as the female turkeys, not as big as the toms.
No, they get 3 feet. The roosters get 3 feet tall. Done my research. I'm the one that's going to be in trouble. I'm the short one. I don't know what you're afraid of.
all I ask is that we keep one of Milo's boys around.
Oh my God. Could you imagine that thing breeding with one of the Giants?
Oh my gosh. That'd be awesome. A 3 foot tall Canadian pheasant. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so there's the infrastructure, and I'm going to try to do as much of the plumbing as I can. In fact, I was thinking about it tonight. I may have somebody help me install the water heater itself. And just not pay a plumber. I mean, I think I can do most of it. The only reason I wanted a plumber for that part was because of the gas, and I wanted to make sure that was done 100% proper.
Is that going to get done 100% proper?
Yeah, it'll be done 100% proper. It's just whether I pay somebody or not.
You need to make up your mind because it needs to get done.
I know.
We got spring storms coming in. I'd like to not have bad food if the electricity goes out, and be forced to can working full time, or like a generator working.
Apples and oranges. Anyway,
it's not apples and oranges.
Okay.
See, how come when I say something it's not important, but you
no, know? I said it. It's fine. You can say it. You can say it.
What is that?
I was showing him the flask and the creme roll thing.
Oh, there was a flask in there.
Yeah. Did you not know there was a flask? You just thought
Ian picked it up.
Oh.
I had him get it from Missouri because it was cheaper than Kansas.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, yet another reason to move back to Missouri.
And I forgot to pay Ian for that. So that's really from Ian and Amanda.
Okay.
And they haven't asked me for the money. So he did ask me to run something for him today, but I have to talk to you about that off the air too. That's private.
So anything else happened this week?
Okay, I'm still in work mind. You mean here?
Here, yeah.
Just good company and seeing the kids and the grandkids. I was mostly busy just making sure that we had plenty to eat and all that. And by the way, Leonard, as far as the leftovers, I'm really not balancing a lot. I took the ham and then did ham and beans. Put a lot of that, got that in the vac master. Put those in the freezer so that we could sous vide them whenever we want to eat ham and beans throughout the year. And then what else did I do? I did something else. Oh, I'm going to take the stuffing and potatoes. Like, we hardly had any turkey left over whatsoever. But I did find, as I was putting stuff in the freezer, and now that medium freeze dryer is off of the freezer, I did find we have another turkey back in that freezer. Right. So I'm probably I think she packed that freezer with those turkeys. It had to have been 3 feet deep. And so there's another turkey out there.
Is it the same type?
Same type.
Oh.
Rolled off the same truck.
Okay.
So
in case you don't know what she's talking about, where were we?
We were in Tennessee.
We were in Tennessee, and we get a phone call. Hey, there was a truck wreck. There's frozen turkeys in a turned over semi. Do you guys want some?
You either get it or it goes to a dumpster.
Yeah.
Dump is what they said.
The dump. Yeah. And so they
were all still frozen.
Yeah, they were all frozen. They're good quality turkeys.
Organic turkeys.
Yeah. Here. Read what.
Well, I need my glasses too. I've been staring at a computer all day. Received 2026 McMurray Hatchery catalog yesterday. I haven't ordered from them yet, I don't think. Hope to get chickens this spring. I don't know if they're a good hatchery, but at least I can get some education about chickens and varieties. Yeah, so the McMurray Hatchery, I haven't heard of, and I haven't dealt with them, but it could be
they're not the ones out of Alabama, are they?
I don't know. I don't know anything about them.
Right.
So you'd want to know, and it does depend on where you live and how well they're going to travel. So Cackle Hatchery is really good. The other thing I like about
one of the reasons they're good for us is because they're in Lebanon, Missouri.
Yeah, and because they're in Lebanon, Missouri, if I ever have a Thursday off or something like that, or they're overran, then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday between certain hours, first come, first serve, you can go in and pick out all the leftovers at a huge discount.
I did not know that.
Yeah, a huge discount. And so then the other thing that I have that you have in your arsenal that you might think about too is your local Tractor Supply, Farm and Home, when they do chick days and all of that. So on Wednesdays is when they get new chicks in, and old chicks got to go out, and they have to be out by Saturday. So talk to the manager and find out about leftovers and secure that. You can pick them up for $1 a chick, no matter what kind they are. So maybe ducks and geese would be a little bit more. I don't know. But, just work something out with the manager. There's all kinds of things you can do. I'm not going to have the leeway to go back and forth and pick stuff up. So I got to save my time off. I have to go back to California. And I'm not looking forward to that. So, except for that I get to see my family. So who's left out there. But maybe we'll get to visit.
You sure you're looking forward to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. There are just so many people that, there was no real sit down visit time. Like there was, but there were a lot of people.
Well, so, Gregory says that McMurray's in Iowa.
In Iowa? Oh, we could probably order from McMurray. So they would deliver. We would get that fast enough.
We ordered some chicks from a hatchery down along the Gulf Coast.
That was a nightmare.
Yeah, that was
I'll never do it again.
That was a nightmare. We lost a ton of chicks out of that.
I would say 2/3.
Yeah.
2/3 out of them in the first 3 days.
Didn't the hacks lose a lot from them too?
Yep.
Yeah, I wish I could remember the name of it because I'd tell you not to use them.
Was it? Maybe they weren't down that far south, Karen. Valley Hatchery, something like that.
I thought they were down in like Alabama or someplace, northern Louisiana.
I don't know. I don't know. But
anything south of Arkansas is the Gulf Coast.
Right. And then the other issue we have too, and I try to make sure I get my order in early enough in the year. Probably start placing them, to be honest with you. I'll probably start searching tomorrow night and getting everything in. It's not good to wait this late in the year. You really need to start ordering in October for future deliveries. And because you don't want them mailed when it's too hot. And there were some hatcheries that were mailing chicks in the middle of summer. Mm-hmm. That was part of the problem.
Yeah.
The other problem we had with one, which is why I don't blame Cackle Hatchery, it was the mailroom. There was a young girl working at the desk in the mailroom.
Was that last year or was that this year?
That's 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And 2 or 3 years ago. And so the girl felt sorry for the chicks because they were all chipping like they were supposed to. So she put water in there and watered them all. They got wet and froze and died. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And I never told her, and I never called the post office because she didn't know. Even though she was a country girl, she just had a kind heart. So, but
okay, what's Lynn say? Okay, not as a homesteader, but I live in Iowa. I've never heard of them, but there are more chickens and more pigs in Iowa than there are people. Yep.
Yeah, but it smells like money in Iowa.
That's right. That smell you smell is money.
Yep. We go through Iowa and then we're like, smell that money.
Okay. Are we done with the updates?
Yeah.
Let's do
really the only thing that I have left is like work, and you got a lot to listen to when we got off.
Let's do a year in review. Let's start at the beginning of the year and work our way. We can bounce around, but let's try to keep it in chronological order.
I can't remember yesterday. Do you want me to?
You can remember some of the big pages. First off, let me say, I was thinking about that this morning. If you were to describe 2025 in one word, what would it be?
Survival.
Survival. Okay, so hers is survival. What would your word be? And put it in chat. What would the word be that you would describe 2025? Just one word. Okay.
Oh, and I take that back. Well, can I have 2 words? Since it's our show.
You always want more.
Please.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say survival, #thriving.
Okay. Survival or thriving. Okay. Nice cat. Oh, talking about the chicken kettle. I was thinking about it. So how would I describe 2025? Was it a great year? Nah, it wasn't a great year. Was it a good year? Nah, I'm not going to say 2025 was a good year either. What I will say what I will use one word to describe it, better. 2025 was better than 2024 and 2023, 2022, and 2021. 2025 on the whole, if we look at the entire thing at Grumpy Acres Farm, was better.
Patience. Hippocrates Garden.
Yeah.
Patience.
Was everything like we wanted it to be? No.
Lynn, nice payoff. Payoff. Yeah.
Yeah. That would make sense for you, brother.
Yeah.
But are our finances where we want them? No.
Pretty darn close.
Is the homestead where we want them, or where we want it? No. Is anything where we want it to be? No. But everything's closer, and everything's in a better position at the end of 2025 than at the beginning of 25. And that's the first time I could say that in the last 5 years.
I think my 2025, what was hard for me, I don't want to get emotional, but what was hard for me was my recovery. And so when I say survival, I had to constantly tell myself, use it or lose it, use it or lose it. You got to get up. You got to make this happen. Figure it out. Can't be embarrassed. Use a walker. Can't be embarrassed. Use a cane. And it was like, because these are going to help me just strengthen my body to get stronger. And I'm seeing the results of it. And it's taken a long time. It's taken a long time. I wish that, he could hold my hand and it not hurt. I wish that, I wish a lot of things, but that too will get better in time.
Well, and looking back through the year, January was rough because it was before you got in with the doctors.
Right.
And you didn't know what was going on. You were in a lot of pain.
Didn't know I was almost paralyzed.
Yeah, didn't know how. Well, that was probably beneficial because it probably would have messed you up even more.
I would have been psychologically just like done.
But and then we were fighting with the insurance company. They didn't want to give us. They didn't want to give us what the truck was worth, so we were end up fighting with them. Moving to January, you started seeing the doctor.
No, that was the pre-exams for the specialist that I needed
in February.
Yeah. So I started getting, like, I had x-rays and all that kind of stuff, and then in with the doctor to get all of the orders for MRIs and that kind of stuff that I needed. That stuff starts. So that was all in December. Then the orders started happening January, February. In February, that first week of February is when I finally got in with Dr. Nikolai. And Dr. Nikolai is like, how did you get here? I don't know if I ever told you guys this story. How did you get here? And I said, I drove. And he looked at me and he said, you drove? And I said, yes. And I said, we're down to one car. We crashed the vehicle. And Dr. Nikolai looked at me and he's looking around the room. And he said, how did you get in here? And I said, I walked. And he said, have you seen your MRI? And I said, no. And he showed me my MRI. And that was the day that I realized that I was literally one fall, one car accident, one trip, one anything. I would be paralyzed for the rest of my life. And so I thank Dr. Nikolai. He was a blessing in disguise. The next week, and God did that. He got me in there that quick. And
Dr. Nikolai was just a tool.
Yeah. And the very next week I had my surgery, and I've just been recovering from all of that and procedures and that kind of thing, and trying to build up. I think I've had more physical therapy. I think I could run a physical therapy room at this point. So, and Dr. Nikolai is so sweet. I still see him, and he's like, do you need physical therapy? And I looked at him and like, Dr. Nikolai, I am my own physical therapy doctor. I know everything that I need to do. And I just have to push myself and push myself and push myself. And so now sometimes, admittedly, and Skeins, if she still has any service, she's probably going to say something. And sometimes I do have a tendency to push myself too hard. And I know that. But I have great friends around me that reel me back and let me know. And Garen reels me back and lets me know.
Well, and the thing that made February hard too was it was cold. I mean, it was really cold last February. We were losing we lost chickens.
Yeah.
We had some babies that were born. We had a really, really bad cold snap at the end of February. We lost some babies.
That was February 14th.
Was it?
That was the day of my surgery.
But
because you didn't come see me in the hospital. I told you, I'm like, no, just stay home and take care of everything.
But we lost some babies.
Yeah.
The upside was the insulation work that I had done that summer kept everything from freezing, because the year before we lost a toilet in the back of the house because it got froze. So cold in that bathroom that it froze the
but the bathroom
bowl.
Also wasn't finished yet, right?
No, we just finished the bathroom that fall.
Okay, but we didn't insulate anything. Okay.
But so that was the fall of 23.
Arduous, challenging, yeah.
Zipping.
But
we managed to get through that. Spring rolled around and we started working. She started ordering all kinds of chickens, or not ordering. We started hatching.
I was like,
we started hatching chickens
this year.
And we hatched 65 chickens and turkeys.
Yeah, something like that.
But we had a lot, and I was complaining about it. I was really complaining about it.
So then I started, giving some out.
But it turns out it was a good thing.
I was right.
It turns out it was a good thing.
How many hens you got out there?
It turns out it was a good thing. I'm trying to tell the story, but you keep interrupting me like I'm telling you it was bad. Because we had all these chickens and we got devastated this summer by predators.
Yeah.
The predators were so bold that they were literally taking them while I was out in the field.
The hawks would just fly down and pick them up and take them.
Yeah, they would do it right in front of me.
Yep.
So we're down to 14 hens.
Yeah.
And 3 roosters.
I'm kind of with neighbor Chris. I think there's some traps that need to be set around here.
Trap. Oh. But so it was a good thing that we hatched out all those animals. had that not happened, we would have nothing left right now.
Yep.
You know, and we had a lot of turkeys survive. We got
a good turkey flock out there.
Yeah, we've got seven in the metal coop, adolescents, and I'm not letting them out until they're a little bit older. We've got adults? 7 or 8 that are out, 8 adults out there.
And then we got one adolescent in the living room.
Yeah, we got one in here, and I'm going to clean out the brooder, and I'm going to start taking her out during the day when it's not.
Oof, you better make sure that the weather is right.
I know. I want to get her out there and get her used to.
Because she's not feathered
right.
yet.
Right.
And we put so much time into her now and had her in the house so long. I don't want to lose her. She's probably going to get a special band so that she doesn't get eaten. She can be a special brooder.
Okay. You're going to name her?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't usually. If she's banded, I can name her.
Skeens is keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, she is. She's like, what are you doing? She threatened me. She doesn't want to have to buy a van with the wheelchair lift in order to go do fun stuff.
But the springtime rolled around and it was wet. It was super wet. It was, in fact, it was wet all year long. I was thinking about it. This last week was only the second time this year. We've got 2 IBC totes out already set up as water catchment. This last week was only the second time all year long, even through the dead of summer, that they were both empty at the same time.
Yep.
And they were only empty for 3 days,
right.
I think it was, because it rained enough on, when did it rain? Saturday?
Saturday night, Sunday.
Saturday night, Sunday. It rained enough to put about 50 gallons of water into the one. I don't know why the other one didn't get water in it.
Might be leaves or something clogging it.
I gotta get up there and look. Yeah. So it was wet and it was extremely muddy. And I'm telling you, it gets to a point where it starts really wearing on you. I was getting really sick and tired of the water.
I was reading that.
Oh.
Now I can't see it because you have it in white. Right. He doesn't understand. So with my eyes, the way that works, I'm in a computer all day. I have 3 screens. And so this is against a nice dark one, but when he puts it in the window, it's against white. Might as well forget it. You can
still read it down there.
I could, if I was done explaining why I couldn't read it.
Well, read it out loud.
Use it as a mini camper. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad at all.
That way you could go to the campsite, get drunk around the fire, and then
she could just wheel me into the van.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
But we did not have any flooding. In fact, that the rain, it never rained enough at one time to flood anything here. I think 3 years ago, it rained enough that the concrete bridge down at the end of the road, the water was like almost to the bottom of it.
Hey, Joseph J.
Hey.
Yeah, so I didn't have to experience any of that weather until May. Is that
May
when
you
started working?
Yes, financially.
End of April, May, somewhere in there.
Financially, it became important that
well, medical bills were stacking up.
She go get a job.
Medicals were stacking up. So I tried one job.
And what was that job?
I was working at Casey's. One, I can't tolerate that. 2, my body was so sore I couldn't do any of the physical demands that they needed for that job. And 3, those girls, they don't get paid nothing.
No.
And I was like, I started seeing the paychecks coming back and knowing the hours I was working. And I'm like, this is for the birds. I'm not going to do that. But I tell you what, when I quit, because I didn't even give notice, I was just like, I'm out. And I had another job to go to anyway. So I'm like, but I'll give you all kudos. You all deserve a raise. And I wish that I was undercover boss because you all get paid what you're worth. That's ridiculous what they get paid. Unbelievable to me. And the hours they work and how they work. So Kansas has a no break law. They don't have to give you a break or a lunch break. And they're working those people 9 hours a day without a break. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And so That no lunch, no nothing. That's why when you walk into one of those places and you see the girl or the guy behind the counter eating something, is because they don't get a lunch. So give them a break. So, but yeah, and don't be so pissy with them.
You look for some other jobs.
Yeah. So, but I got on and I ended up actually putting my degree to work.
But before that, you did a couple interviews. I remember you did one at Aldi's.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't for what I thought it was.
Oh.
Yeah, no, remember it was the wrong interview.
But it was another.
I would have been a manager position, but and it paid really well. So I wouldn't be golfing at that. That paid good, but totally different. It wouldn't have worked, and I knew that from the interview and all of that. So in fact, when I left the interview, I congratulated her on her weaving out for interviews. I thought she did a really great job at that. So management, she's got it. And I told her, and she knew. I was like, no, I thought I was here for a different position. And so she knew I wasn't.
She was the only person. She was the only person in line that was dressed up.
Right. Everybody thought I was the one interviewing everybody.
Because didn't you say there were people in pajama bottoms and stuff?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was weird.
Who goes to an interview in pajama bottoms?
Pajama bottoms and slippers and like messy hair. It was weird. I was like, it was really weird. And then I think that was the only outside interview that I had outside of the interview that I had with where I'm working now. And I was just like, screw it. There's no reason not to go back to my degree. I mean, you supported me in going to school and doing those classes and paying the tuition and all of that.
I think
I needed to do it.
I think working at Casey's and having to go through that all these things was a real eye opener for you. Because you have to understand something, guys. She was really good in the banking industry when she worked at the bank, and it was only
burn out really quick.
It was and the only reason you got burned out was because the people running the bank were thieves.
Right.
I mean, literally, the bank got shut down by the FCC.
Right.
Okay.
That blocked me from a lot of job opportunities on the Missouri side.
And she wouldn't even try.
I was just like,
she was
devastating to go in and not be able to get it.
She was positive. I don't remember you except for the.
No, I was flat out told by one bank that I interviewed with, which is really funny because
they hired the.
I'll tell you why later, but by the one bank, but I was flat out told they literally gave me the background of the bank that I worked for and why I didn't have a job. And I went, whoa, okay.
Aren't they the one that hired the daughter-in-law?
No, so that particular bank in town, we were all told they signed some kind of, and I think it's a lie now. I think she was lying through her teeth. We were all told that we couldn't go apply with that bank. They wouldn't hire us because that was part of the agreement for them. They bought into that particular bank. And that was part of the agreement.
She just didn't want people there that knew the truth.
Yes, that is correct.
Gregory's going to Walmart is like going to a costume party.
It is. For the first, Garen was laughing at me. I was missing, what was I missing? Olives. Sunday, I figured out, was it Sunday?
Oh my God, she went white trash.
It was Christmas Eve.
White trash.
Christmas Eve, I needed olives. I was in the kitchen cooking, and I was all comfy. I was in my sweats, and I had my Bomba slippers on, and I'm all comfy. My feet are warm for the first time, and I'm telling you, Bomba brand, I am loving these. So worth the money. Socks and the whole 9 years. I got compression socks, the 3 pair. And I love them. I get through work. My legs aren't swollen and that kind of thing. And the nerve damage is suppressed down in there. And I don't feel the pain, the sharp pain that I usually get. Compression socks are working great. I need to order some more. The problem is they're $90.
That's true.
Do it.
Yeah. She went to Dollar General.
I went to Dollar General in my dirty sweats. I had like kitchen stuff on. Let's see, I had herbed the turkey and got it ready, so I had some of that on it. And then on my sweatshirt I had some of, like, what did I do, the cheesecake, I had some of that on it. And I was like, well, do I change it? Well, no, you don't change it because you're coming back to cook more. And so I was like, okay, what do I do? And I'm like, screw it, I'm heading out. I'm going to Dollar General. Nobody's going to be at Dollar General. It'll be fine. It's just in Marietta.
You saw somebody you knew, didn't you?
The place was packed, absolutely packed. People that I knew. One gal, she was so funny. She works for the post office. in town. And so her and I were talking while we were waiting in line, and she happened to look down, and I was like, I'm sorry, I had to do it. Here's what's going on. And she looked at me and she goes, I had to work a little bit today. She goes, otherwise I'd be doing the same thing. And I was like, so I've graduated to Dollar General white trash, according to Karen, but I will not go to Walmart like that.
You're not allowed to go to Dollar General with me.
They don't memorize you like that. So
it's a small town.
There were some tribal members in there, but none of them looked at my feet. So, and nobody really like eyeballed me up and down about my sweats either. So I think it's fine. But yeah.
You know what? That's a gateway. It's a gateway.
I was so comfortable. And it was sweat. Since when is it illegal to wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt
I'm just saying. It's the slippers change it.
People work out in the slippers is what changes.
The slippers is what I'm telling you, it's a gateway. It's like smoking marijuana.
It's a gateway drug.
Next thing you know, you're gonna be dressed up just like Joseph G's lady that he saw. You're gonna have one of those plastic shower caps and a robe on.
Yeah, I've seen some doozies at Walmart, especially the one in Topeka on Wanamaker. Oh, that one's not even as bad. That one's more homeless people. But the one that is on is that Gage, not Gage. It's McVicker. That one, every time I pass it, I have to judge whether or not I'm going to stop after work by how many police cars and sirens are going off in the parking lot.
Oh, I remember the Raytown Walmart?
Yeah.
That place, Raytown Walmart, Raytown, Missouri, if you want to go there and not be bothered, you go before 10 a.m. on any day. And if it's after 10 a.m.,
you're just
as well. And the same thing with the
Bannister was just as bad.
Bannister and the one in Raymore. I guess it's Belton.
No,
on Saturday morning,
not a Walmart in Belton. It is in Raymore.
Is it Raymore? Anyway,
but it was not so bad.
Saturday mornings, it was like little Tijuana in there.
I mean, I would have said that a little more classier, but I never go in the morning.
It's like a North American little Tijuana in there.
Stop it.
The people of Walmart.com. Yes, that's a funny.
Is that actually a thing?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You should go there. Yeah, exactly. People have no self-respect. Ellie, hey, I'll give her credit. She does.
Look, they're $90 slippers. Does that count?
She does kind of dress up when she flies on a plane, so she's not a complete goner now.
I definitely dress up when I go on a plane.
Sheriff asked me why I always presented well when I went out when we were young, and now I rarely care. No, Sherry, not Sheriff. Well, I guess she is.
She's Leonard Sheriff.
I told her I was starting to get old. Yeah, that's me. She gets mad at me because I just don't care anymore. When I go out,
he rags on me for wearing $90 slippers in a Dollar General when he's going out in public with holes in his armpits, holes behind it, holes in his jeans.
Look like a farmer.
He's dirty.
I look like a guy who's been working. I don't look like somebody
who's been slaving in the kitchen for Christmas. I think I did, especially when one of the workers, he literally helped me find the last can of black olives. Like, yes, that was a thing. The last can.
You notice the black olives are in cans and green olives are in jars?
Yes.
I wonder why that is.
Stop it. You almost had me trapped. I almost told you why that was, and I'm not going to say it because I know where you're going with that. Knock it off.
But, yeah. So, on financially, I mean, so she was talking about the job. Financially, things are not as well as they should be.
Well, we're climbing out of a lot,
but we're getting out of a lot. The car wreck set us back almost a year. Set us back almost a year, and
I think it's going to be more than that if I have to end up paying those hospital bills.
Well, and it also, the car wreck also. I'm telling you right now, we went to one festival. We drove like overnight to one festival. I'm telling you right now, as much as I enjoy seeing people, the juice isn't worth the squeeze anymore. There's just not enough people.
Like if we go to a festival anymore, it'll solely be to speak and see people. Yeah. That's it. That's all it's going to be. So we'll afford the trip. We won't have to rely on hauling everything there, doing all of that crap. It'll be as a speaker and then seeing everybody. Yeah. We're not.
And we're still going to lose money. And I don't want to lose money going on doing a speaking thing.
Well, I don't know how you lose money doing that.
You spend gas. You spend
just
money.
Start charging a fee.
Yeah, we're not that good.
I don't know about that,
but so we'll see. So I don't know if you see us at a festival, it's probably going to be we'll probably be there as attendees and not as vendors.
Yeah.
Except for
local festival.
Yeah, local fest. Midwest Preparedness, that one
will always be there.
That one is not a huge thing. We could if we
because we're right here. That's what you mean. If we're not driving very far. We're right here. We can come home, sleep in our beds. If we want to camp, we can camp. It's not a big deal.
Right.
So
it doesn't cost us $500 in fuel.
And $1,000 for a hotel and that kind of thing.
And that was one of the good things this year. HG posted that where was it? Well, he said guess where he was is $2.19 a gallon.
$2.15 here.
It was $2.15 here, and it's been going down. Diesel 2 years ago was in the $4 range, and I don't think
$3.27 now, something like that.
I think when we went to Tennessee, we were paying $3.35,
something like that.
So that was a big help. Mm-hmm. But even then, I mean, even after we
didn't make a lot of money.
Mossy Oak Parrot came and helped us, and so we threw some of the profits her way.
Did you do that? Because I did not.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. But after we paid out expenses and paid her, we only pocketed
like nothing.
Yeah, less than $200 for the entire weekend, and it's not worth the effort. Mm-mm. I mean, it's tiring. The
economy has just got to come back up before we do it anymore. Because there were times we were doing weekends, making $5,000 a weekend. That was worth going ahead and driving out, hauling all that stuff.
And that's been like 2 years since the economy was that good.
Yeah.
When it's not that the economy was that good. It's that people were still on the front end of the Biden years and
didn't realize how bad it was.
They thought it was going to get bad. And so they were spending money and they were going to the festivals. And
now they're spending money. They're just saving it and spending it on other things.
Well, at the end of the Biden years, people didn't have the money.
Right.
But
that's coming back. That's coming back. There was a record expenditure for Christmas. Now we don't know if that was cash or if that was credit card.
The prepping thing and the survival thing is going through another Trump slump.
I don't think so. I don't believe that, only because of some of the conversations that I have with clients. So
those people don't go to festivals.
A lot of them don't know about it. And if I wasn't on a client phone call, I would definitely be telling them, because they're reaching out for that stuff and they're asking. I just can't tell them.
I can tell you right now is a good time to get deals on used prepper equipment.
Right.
Because people are, not all people, not you people, because I know that you people are intelligent and thoughtful. But other people that aren't like you take their foot off the gas in years like this. And they say, oh, Trump's back in office, it's all going to be okay. Now's the time you need to push down even harder.
And I hope that's not true, Lynn. I really do hope that's not true, because that's really relieving a lot of people. And I hope that wasn't just a relief of, hey, Merry Christmas, now go buy crap for your people. I really hope that's not what's going on here. But so I know that there's some other stuff coming up with silver. I learned today. Don't know the details. I asked G to look at the details. Did you look at those details?
You didn't send me anything.
I did. I asked you to look up the silver. China sanctions starting January 1st. Interestingly enough, people looking for silver in big ways, trying to get their cash into silver.
No, you didn't.
Where did I send it?
I don't know. I don't know where. You sent it to some random schmo who got this message going, what the hell is this woman talking about?
I know, probably. Or I didn't hit
send or something. Yeah, on the festival. And we went to Tennessee, and it was enjoyable. That was the Nicole. I really liked the new place they had it. Mm-hmm. There were some hiccups.
Yeah, but it was first time.
Yeah, first time. I think the more people find out about that, the bigger that's going to start getting again.
And they have cabins you can rent and all kinds of stuff, so you don't have to go to a hotel.
And it's a nice facility. It really is. Now, whether it stays there or not, I don't know. We did not go to KSL this year. Went to the Midwest Preparedness, of course. Didn't spend a lot of time there. She had to work, and I had stuff I had to do
too.
You know, but we'll see. We both gave classes this year. I did the cheese class. I did it for the people in our community, and then I did one at Kentucky Sustainable Living, and they went really well. I think in January, the church ladies want to do one, so I'll probably do that, and then we'll see. Once it stops being cold, we'll see how it goes.
I think we just need to do it at the bingo hall. Get the bingo hall and do it.
Yeah.
And we can do the same thing with the canning too. And so I did the canning class. Did that the weekend after we got back from Tennessee, and that saved our bacon on Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah, that more than made up for what we lost. Mm-hmm. It was good. You can go to Midwest Preparedness Festival or Midwest Preparedness Project YouTube channel, and they filmed it. I thought it went well. Mm-hmm. You know, the cheese class went well. It was the first time giving it, and you'd given a canning class before, so that wasn't like it was your first time out.
I've given canning classes a lot.
You know, and the cheese making class in Tennessee did not go like I'd planned, but it still was. Even when you fail, it's a good learning lesson.
Still make cheese,
right? You know, 5 gallons of
cottage
cheese does not travel well.
We couldn't find rennet in Tennessee.
Yeah, couldn't find. Who knew they don't have rennet? You can find rennet all over the place.
I think they do. I bet you have to get it from the city or order it.
Well, yeah, I can get rennet up in Halton.
You could have got rennet out of my pantry.
We didn't have any.
I've got rennet in the pantry. I swear to you, it's on the door.
Well, I forgot it.
That's what happened.
I wasn't making it like we didn't have any. I forgot it. But like you haven't forgotten things when we left.
We constantly have to go to Walmart. Every time we go to Tennessee, the first night is Walmart. Mm-hmm. So it happens.
Yeah, anytime we go to any festival, the first night's Walmart. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else happened this year. Homesteady wise, we did a lot more homesteady stuff. We laid out the garden. I kind of showed you guys that earlier this year. We tilled up 4,200 square feet. Got most of it with hay down right now, so hopefully that'll kill all the grass that's underneath there. Plans are next year, before spring sets in really good, I'm going to transplant all the blackberries that are out by the apple trees that the goats keep getting into. I'm going to transplant them onto the north side of the garden up against the road so that they can grow up and they'll get good sunlight, and hopefully they'll be out of the path of the goats and stuff. And eventually next spring, I've got the plans worked up for putting the fence in. I gotta wait until after winter's over though to be able to do that. I'm gonna save up and buy a gas auger so I can auger the posts in myself, because I don't need the great big 800-pound corner posts like we've got on the paddock, right? And we just don't have to have it that big. Why? Mm-hmm. Because it's not animals in there all the time. The animals aren't up against it constantly.
You might regret that.
Nope.
We got to transfer them to get grass in there.
No, I'm just going to block off half that paddock in there.
Okay.
But, and then, I started building a new wood crib. I've got 4x8 pallet wood cribs out there that'll hold about 98% of a pallet, or I'm sorry, about 98% of a cord. I'm building a covered wood crib that's going to hold 6 cord of wood, making it out of pallets. I think.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I already told you what I thought about it. Just looking at it, it's such an eyesore.
It's not an eyesore.
It's literally right in front of my front door.
Oh, and those other ones weren't an eyesore?
I mean, when they were stacked full of wood, they were fine, but not as bad as that.
It's being built.
Okay. We'll see what it looks like.
What was it? Who said patience?
I just asked for siding.
But, hey, pipe in if you put
I don't know
patience.
why you're asking for that. What you want is compliance.
Well, no, support.
I mean, I support you. I haven't made you tear it down.
No, yeah, that wouldn't happen.
I know, because you just do whatever you want.
That's right, because I have to manage everything. I'm hoping that 2026 will be the year I can yell, Adobe is free, and I can start making up for the 4+ years of life that have been on hold. Well, we're praying for you, HG.
Yeah.
It's hard being in that holding pattern. It really is.
Stop it. That hurts.
But, and then infrastructure wise, we got some more garden beds in. We actually harvested more stuff this year than we have in the past. Didn't get as many tomatoes as we wanted.
I mean, I don't know what the story was with the tomatoes, but
we're going to have them in the garden, in a proper garden next year.
That will make it better.
Yeah. So I'm moving all the garden stuff over from where the wood cribs were, I got all that torn out, put the wood crib in, take all those old wood cribs out, and move everything over there. And it's going to 2026 garden wise going to be great. Speaking of ordering things, you were talking about ordering chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, listen, now is the time of year. If you're going to order from your state arboretum, the tree service in your state, now is the time to do it. If you live in Missouri or Kansas, they both have really nice online catalogs. Kansas does not have the selectivity that Missouri does, but Kansas has some really good bundles. They've got like fruit tree bundles, like natural or wild fruit trees, fruit trees, order? Nut trees. Not yet. It said Kansas you can't order until mid-January. Missouri, you've got till the end of February to order. So
you're just going to order everything January?
Yeah. January? I'm going to order. Well, I'm going to order. I was planning on ordering Missouri next month or next week. Get that in. But Missouri, we're going to spend about $100 in Missouri and about $80 in Kansas. And that's going to give us almost 75 trees to plant.
That's not bad at all.
So it's price, and the prices have gone up. Prices have gone up, but not as much as they have in the big box stores. If you're getting trees there, HG's
Lynn took the lollipop. Harry Potter.
But this year, 2025 was a really rough year for our equipment. The skid loader is still down. It went down. The truck, we told you about the having to buy the new truck, and then we had to put new hoses on it, so it had heavy duty hydraulic hoses. A screwdriver got left in it, which poked a hole in the radiator, so that had to be fixed. To Hax's credit, it did not cost me as much as it would have taken it to somebody else. All right. So to Hax's credit, hats off to him. I do want to say this: 2025. One of the things I'm really grateful for is the friendship that we have with the Hacks, for Hacks and with a lot of people. But the Hacks has made our life much better being out here, and they've helped us, and we've tried to help them back. And it's one of those friendships that I really hope lasts. Community.
If we win the lottery and we go back to Missouri, we're taking them with us,
or we're at least going to build them their own personal guest quarters. Mm-hmm. They're Grasshopper Creek
guest house
remote. Right. Yeah. Community wise, we got the Hacks. We got a lot of, Mossy Oak and Redneck. Had a lot of really good interaction with them this year. We did some community days. I told you about those. One thing about the community that I did like was the fact that when it came to the solar stuff, we came together and pushed back really hard and got a reprieve.
It's not over.
Some people say it's a done deal. It's not going to happen. It's not over. They're
too many backdoor meetings. Yeah. Too many lunches happening. It's not over.
Yeah. Now what they did, if you guys don't watch Tag and B's lives, they announced the other day that they're going to start having town hall style meetings for the commissioners, and Tag is supposed to be moderating them. I guess that I don't know all the details. I haven't talked to anybody.
Like Tag can control your temper.
So we'll see what happens with these town hall meetings.
Are you going? I won't be able to make them.
I'm not going to go to all of them. I'm going to wait until there's something I'm really pissed off about, because they think the commissioners, for anybody that wasn't here during the whole ordeal, I applied to be on the planning committee and the zoning committee, and they chose somebody else. They did choose somebody from our community, which is a good thing. I think I probably helped with that one because I made him look more reasonable. And the guy they picked is extremely reasonable. I was extremely happy that
also
they
a friend
picked.
of ours.
Yeah, very very good. Him and his wife are really good friends of ours.
He used to be the county attorney.
But yeah, I'm glad they picked him.
He said Garen was too angry.
Yeah, the commissioner, the commissioners behind doors told Roddy that I was, or tagged that I was angry. And I was like, yeah, at least they're perceptive. But if they want to see angry, I'll wait, and I'll let them see real anger. I'll let them, because at a town hall meeting, I don't have to be nice to them. Well, I don't have to be cordial. Let's put it that way. I can't be I can't be utterly. Yeah, I can. Oh, I can just get. I can say whatever the hell I want in those meetings. Oh yeah. Good night. That was one of the things the community did.
Wrap it up.
What?
Wrap it up for me.
Oh, are you? Oh,
dude. Go. I haven't done anything for myself except put slippers on and use the restroom and grab a bag of potato chips. I'm dying here.
Yeah, Lynn says I'm good at making other people look good in comparison.
I mean, my whole thing is he put on his military school history, graduating from Wentworth Military Academy, and the fact that he was a Marine. Of course, he's angry. Duh. Every Marine is angry.
At some level.
You're not, it's not, okay, let me take that. Let me reel that back in. It's not that they're angry all the time. They just sound angry. And especially as somebody who doesn't have the confidence that a Marine has, Marines are very gruff, and they're loaded with self-confidence, and it was always mandatory to stand up straight and to make sure your posture was good and to come out forward. And when you're talking to people and you're talking to them,
I did not knife hand them. I did not knife hand them.
No, you were there. I am. I was setting I'm proving a point. When you're doing that, you're telling them, you're knife handing them, and you're telling them, this is my opinion. This is what I'm thinking. This is what you're going to do. You're being assertive. None of those buttheads that are sitting on that commissioner's table have any military experience, period, let alone the self-confidence. Yes, I do.
Oh, none of them were
military. And so none of them have military experience, and not a single one of them has any sort of the self-confidence that he does.
I may have verbally knife handed him, though.
I mean, you're telling somebody what to do. This is what's going to happen.
No.
And so, it's just one of those things. Of course, he came off angry, but anybody who's assertive, people that meet me for the first time, when they meet me, they're like, "Oh my God." Kiri, for example,
Thunderhill Farm.
Yeah, Mrs. Hacks. The Kiri from Thunderhill Farm. Her and we just started talking, and it took Amanda Willis to say, "Just go talk to her." And so she would come and talk to me. And, if I took a little smoke break, she'd come with me, and we would talk. And we finally got to, over time and talking, we finally got to bond. I love Kiri. She's like the best little fairy that I have in my pocket. If I could bottle her and keep her in my pocket, I totally would. She's full of confidence and encouragement and all of that. She's great. But it took a lot. And she would even tell me, and when I look at her, I see a strong woman, somebody who can move forward, get things done. You should see her put a festival together. Oh my gosh, she does a great job. And so, for crying out loud, she was planning Burning Man for a long time and putting that together. Like, the girl knows what she's doing. So when I see a strong woman, I see her. But she told me I was so intimidating. She was afraid to come up to me because I was such a strong woman. Well, then you just got to talk to people. You can't just say that person is a butthead and I don't want anything to do with them. Kind of like what Patty did to me. But then the more Patty and I got Mrs. Hacks, the more her and I got to hanging out. The issue wasn't that she didn't like me. The issue was we're too much alike.
Yeah.
Just like with Kiri, the issue is we're just too much alike. And, we don't put up with any BS. And so sometimes it's hard to look in the mirror. And when Kiri and I look at each other, we're looking in a mirror. And when Pippin and I are looking at each other, we're looking at each other in the mirror. And so, but a lot of my great friends are that way. So, I'm sorry, commissioners, you didn't know what you're missing out on, and you made a huge mistake.
No,
I think the town's going to eat you alive.
With the town hall meetings. I hope so.
The county's going to eat you alive.
So I got to tell a story. HG had a boss that accused him of insubordination. So I was in Okinawa, and we had this sergeant who was he was a transfer into the MOS, so he didn't know anything about the MOS, and he was a jackass to boot. And I was having an extremely bad morning, and he said something to me, part telling me what to do and part just being a jackass. And I laid into him, and I did it in front of the warrant officer that was in charge of our office. And he pulled me aside, and he kind of gave me a verbal, he kind of chewed me out for doing it. And I said, but sir, he's a jackass. He deserved it. And I swear to God, this warrant officer looked at me and goes, he is, but you can't talk to him that way. By all rights, I probably should have been written up on that point, but the guy had it coming. He definitely had it coming. He never screwed with me again. He never screwed with any of us again. He transferred out not long after that, and life was pretty good in Okinawa after that. It was a good office. The system started watering the milk down a time ago.
Yeah, a
long time ago.
Yeah.
But it was just community-wise, everything's in flux. I mean, people are still trying to figure out how the community is supposed to work. I will say this though, as I'm writing these books, I'm seeing things are coming to light that I should have known beforehand, but I put them on paper and it's like, okay, this makes sense. Building the community, we did a lot of things wrong, and we're going to have to go back and fix it. But knowing that it needs to be, I'm not sure anybody else is aware of what needs to be fixed, but I have an inkling of what needs to be fixed now, and I'm going to start sharing this stuff, and hopefully we can do it. And here's the reason why. The community that we have is a loose group of individuals, right? That it's one of these communities that is bound to fail unless certain things happen, right? But it's a very resilient setup, and it can take a lot of battering. Where you're your group that bugs in together, it's kind of rigid. Your militia, it's kind of rigid. Your raider group at the end of the world, very, very susceptible to things going wrong.
It's funny because I'm going to say 98% of those people, I don't see them that way.
Well, no, it's the structure of the community. I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the structure. Mm-hmm. The way it's set up is very flexible, and it can sustain a lot of battering without completely falling apart. Mm-hmm. And I think the people that we have in the community now, and people that are thinking about moving in, I think it's going to be perfectly fine as long as we can do some things differently and address some things.
There's people that have differences and that kind of thing, and so it's just a matter of figuring out the balance. That's what we haven't figured out, is the balance, and there is a balance to that stuff. So we just got to figure that one out.
And there's certain things that with the type of community we have to do. That we should do. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, should do. I don't think you're going to get everybody to do it.
No, I'm not. That's one of the things about the community. Telling people that they have to do something is the quickest way to get them to not do it.
Yeah, so that's kind of my point, HG. So, so when you look at a good team, you should never be able to single out who the leader is, and right now you can, and that's a problem. And so it's not a good team, but we'll build it. I'm confident we can build it.
Yeah.
So it can be done. I think there's got to be some ego checks, including me. And I know that. And there's got to be some ego checks. There's got to be some compromising. There's got to be some understanding and things like that.
So 2026, in my mind, as far as community goes, is going to be about shoring up all those things that are weaknesses in the community. That's one of the reasons why I started suggesting community days and work days and challenges, which I'm going to completely, I fess up to it. The challenge that I put forth for the community.
What challenge was that?
To digitize all our important documents. I did not get done.
You didn't get that done.
In fact,
I know you didn't, because you didn't ask me where the key was.
I didn't get anything done on that. Well, you'll know when I'm doing it, because the scanner is going to be out here hooked up to this computer, so I can scan everything right here.
Yeah. You just need to remember to put everything back, because some things you have to have that raised stamp on in order for it to be a document. And right now we're trying to get trust together. We're trying to get all that stuff together. That's the goal for 2026, is to have everything that we own and every account, every investment, everything needs to be in a trust and secured for our children and grandchildren. And for me, if something were to happen to him, and for him, if something were to happen to me. So, that we have to get done. And thanks to my son. I mean, we knew we needed to do it, but I was like, well, it's super simple. We're just going to put you on our accounts and, do all that. We'll make you an owner. And he's like, Mom, he goes, okay. So what am I supposed to do with XYZ? And I said, well, everything's simple. There's a bag of silver for each one of the kids. And then you and your sister split the other silver that is in the safe. And then you guys apply that the way it is. And he goes, what if there's an extra piece of silver? He goes, when do the kids get theirs? At what age? And at 18, at 25, and because he said 18, I about fricked out, dropped my mouth, and I'm like, no kid's responsible at 18. And I'm like, no. And so, because they're not necessarily going to reinvest it. And so whether that be in an education or that be in more silver or whatever. And he's like, do you see my point? And I was like, yeah, I see what you're saying now. So we need to sit down.
We have to spell everything out for them, because it's their generation.
It's their generation.
Well,
he doesn't want to make his sister mad. His sister doesn't want to make him mad. And then the way that my kids were raised, they don't want to disappoint Garen and I if they were to do something that they think we would not agree with. And I think that's why he brought up the age factor as to when they get anything. Your son. I'm sure that's why that is. So listen, it's 9:30. You guys saw when I came in the door. I have to work tomorrow. I like to relax a little bit. Not that I don't find you guys relaxing, but there's just some time. I have to debrief myself in my brain. The car ride is not enough.
By the way, the laundry room floor is safe to walk on.
I ain't going in there. You can do my laundry. I'm not going in there.
I boarded it up.
I'll stand at the door. I'll show you how to do my laundry. No. I'm not doing that. So it was sketchy. The back floor is what I'm really scared of. That sounds bad. So as former hospice nurse, the more that is left with
left today, understand the more there is,
the worse it ends up. Yeah. So
I know it's stupid of me to expect people to be responsible.
I think he could do the work. I just think he doesn't, as well as I do, he doesn't want to disappoint us. What? Clean up my chip. You leave crumbs everywhere, every day.
And you let me know about it.
That up there?
And you let
whose dish is that up there?
What dish where?
The dish that's on my backmaster.
Oh, that's one that fell out of the thing. But so yeah, and then as far as the writing scene goes, I still haven't heard anything about copyright. It's been 3 weeks now, but it is the federal government, so there's that.
And it's the holidays.
And it's been the holidays, the Christmas and New Year's and Thanksgiving. I'm almost, I've been looking into trademarks now and other things. There's going to be some initial layout with the cost of this, which is fine. Financially, we'll be able to do it. I think it's going to be worth it in the end. All I know is I've really enjoyed working on these books, and somebody made the comment about how quickly I'm cranking them out. One of the reasons I'm getting them out quick is because I'm using AI to do all the tedious editing that needs to be done.
Some of they're children's books.
But the other thing is, I'm working an hour a day on most days. Some days I'll work 2 or 3 hours on it, because I'm waking up at 3:30 in the morning and I'm working on it for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Although I did, I got 7 hours of sleep last night uninterrupted, and I woke up. I'm looking at her because it's very unusual for me. I woke up refreshed. Is that the way you're supposed to feel?
That's what you're supposed to.
You're supposed to feel like that when you wake. I like that feeling.
I don't ever feel like that.
I like that.
I'm told that's how you're supposed to feel.
Do you guys wake up feeling refreshed? If you do, put a 1. It's something new for me. I haven't woken up refreshed in decades, it seems, and it was really nice. I didn't run out of gas today. I dealt with the stupid stuff at work today. That we only worked 2 days this week, and the end users were trying to cram 5 days worth of problems into 2 days. So Scott and I, the guy I was working with, we're both extremely busy today. But yeah. HG, when I woke up, the only thing I feel is bladder pressure. Yeah, I think that's part of getting old. Yeah, but at least I woke up that way after 7 hours instead of after 2 or 3. Let me know how I don't know how I did it. Honestly, I honestly don't know. I went to bed at 9.
You were sick. You got sick. And
not yesterday.
Yes, you said you were exhausted yesterday.
Well, yeah, I was exhausted. I ran out of gas at about 2:30 yesterday, and then suffered through the end of the day. But I'm going to go to bed here as soon as we're done here, and hopefully if I don't, I'll just be up working on the book. Although I will tell you this, 2025, one of the things I learned, waking up at 3:30. If you wake up constantly at 3:30, there's how do I put this? Jesus is waking you up for a reason. There's a reason that you're being woken up. And if you get online and there's videos on it, and it's use that time to pray. If you're a Christian, use that time to contemplate on the spirituality of it all, and commune with Jesus. And I'm going to tell you, I started doing this about a month and a half ago when I wake, because instead of getting online and death scrolling or playing some stupid little online app or anything like that, I spend the first 30 minutes when I wake up like that. I throw on a video about, either listening to Bible verses or listening to some theological question and all that. It's really helped me. 2025, as far as my religion goes, I feel closer than I felt in a long time. I'm 100% certain that God walked us through the past 5 years, held our hand, made sure that nothing truly bad happened to us. And being grateful for that. And I'm going to start showing my gratitude for what the Lord has done for us in a better way. I don't do it enough, and I'm going to try to start living my life like I know I should. And I slipped. I'm not going to lie. I slipped. And again, that's the whole better part of the year. I'm getting closer, and my spiritual walk is gaining strength. And I hope in 2026 yours is too. Whether you're a Christian or you believe something else that grounds you and gives you the guardrails that get you through life without having something else kill you or you kill yourself. I hope you find solace in it, and it grounds you and it helps you be a better person, not just for yourself, but for everybody around you. That's about it. We talked a lot of stuff went on this year, and it just better. That's the only thing I can say about it. Everything that went on here in December, we are better off than we were in January. And that's just the macro example of what I talk about on a daily basis. When you wake up tomorrow or you put your head on the pillow tonight, you should be better off than when you woke up in the morning. All those old people have done that, sending a mass email from an open PC with return. Oh yeah. I hate you guys. I hate people that do that. I really do. I can honestly say I've never done that, and I never liked. The thought of having somebody doing that to me just would have really pissed me off. It's one of the reasons why I made sure to lock my computer all the time. But okay, guys, listen. And do you guys get anything you want to talk about? We've been at this for an hour and a half. If you guys don't have anything you want to talk about, I'm going to start wrapping up the live stream, the review. As usual, if you want to help the channel, again, you go get one of the merchandise things from one of the stores. HG, I'm hoping that Jeff Lawton's PDC restarts in 2026, and I get to finish this time the project and the certificate. I just found the CDs from when I took it. If you take the online course, they give you a really nice set of CDs that are basically the classroom portions of the online course, and they're very good. They're very, very motivating and very. They will give you a lot of inspiration. In fact, I found them, and I think I'm going to rewatch them here in 2026, just before spring rolls around, so that I've got good inspiration going into spring. But okay, guys. Well, that's about it. I said I'm going to be more grateful. I want each and every one of you to know. You got lifetime access to online. I've got that too. I got the online, and I've got the CDs. I haven't been on there in a while. In fact, it's been years since I've been on there. Probably ought to get back on there. But
especially with this little.
Guys, we are very grateful of your involvement and your interest in our lives. The fact that anybody finds this interesting boggles my mind sometimes. But the fact, you guys spend at least an hour and a half a week here talking to us. A lot of you do, and we really appreciate it. So we are extremely grateful for the support you give us. I'm going to put it on the spot. You saw my text about the Rock Pot Mini.
I did, but the way that I'm understanding that is that you have to order it now.
No, they're well last. We announce it tonight.
Is it just to the end of the year?
No, it's as long as they last.
Right. So how long is that going to be? You need to order it now, but then we have to pay shipping.
No, we'll order it and drop anyway.
I don't think you. Stop. Then we need to talk about it because you can't do it that way because you can't guarantee when you give it away that there's still going to be some that lasted.
Well, it's just a risk we take. Do we appreciate these people?
Yes, but you can't promise them. You can't guarantee that you can deliver.
I can deliver it. It's just going to cost more to deliver.
Oh, for crying out loud.
We've got the money to cover it.
No.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. This is a problem. You spend all the money.
Okay, we're not. Okay, I'm not going to announce the giveaway yet because apparently we need to talk about stuff because of issues. So, but
issues, common sense.
No, it's.
People expect when you say something, they expect you to deliver.
And we would deliver it.
I would rather deliver at 189 than 500.
Where you get 500?
I don't know how much they are.
They're 239.
Why are you arguing with me?
I'm not, but your facts are wrong.
You're yelling at me.
Your facts are wrong.
But you're not hearing what I'm saying.
I'm hearing you, and I know this is a possibility. We can cover it no matter what. Okay, there's issues, so we're not going to announce the giveaway for the 5,000 subscribers yet. We will get it worked out. We will get it taken care of, and sometime in 2026, somebody's going to win something for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. I don't know when that's going to be or what it may be, but it's going to happen. All right, listen, you guys go out, have an extremely safe New Year's. Celebrate it. Enjoy yourselves, but don't do anything that's going to put yourself in danger or anybody else in danger, and go out and finish out 2025 living a life done free. All right, guys, take care, and we will see you next.
Introducing Rockpot, the revolutionary portable slow cooking appliance that keeps your meals warm for over 9 hours without the need for electricity or propane. Simply heat the rock tablet on your stovetop or over a fire, place it in the rock pot with your ingredients, and enjoy perfectly cooked meals wherever you are. Plus, the exterior remains cool to the touch, ensuring safe handling on all your adventures. Get $10 off your first purchase by clicking on the affiliate link and using the code GrumpyAcres at checkout. Elevate your outdoor cooking experience with Rockpot today.